All right, everybody. So, we're on the Twitters now, and that has definitely provided us with one heck of an avenue to do content. Got a lot of memes in there, too, I like to bring out. And I watched a poll that took place, and I had a commenter say, I'm getting gray. I know I'm getting gray. I'll be 42 this year. 42-year-old youngin' over here. Look at that. Where am I at? Right here. It's good. Plus, I haven't cut my hair any at all. I've got to go get like an actual haircut, like and groom myself, not like they did and were trying to do in Southern Pines when they were trying to groom those kids. But Edward Snowden, well, there was a poll that was put up by Elon Musk on Twitter about him being pardoned, and I was like, yeah, pardon that guy. Thank you, Edward Snowden, for being kind of like somebody that would put it out there like that. Let me get over here, making sure I'm on the right thing. Let me move out of the way here. I'll read this article. Let me get the screen right. Sorry about not having everything completely teed up. I just fixing to leave and go home, and I was like, man, let me see what's going on out here. I will roll through a couple of things on Gateway Pundit as well. I'm disappointed in the special master being taken away from Trump. I don't like that. I don't like it when we see our losses, because our losses are really significant because we make very few wins that are significant. Right now, we're just watching the water boil a little bit after Elon Musk have released so much information. The problem that we're having is we really need the Supreme Court to step in. There was even I read an article where they're trying to call Trump's POTUS picks illegitimate. They're trying to go that route now. Never in the history have we seen anything like this, other than the fact that when you're looking at tyrants trying to take over. But anyhow, back to this article over here. Edward Snowden reacts to Elon Musk's pardon poll, and that's a very big at the end there. So there's a very big deal, I think. Edward Snowden has been left impressed by a poll conducted by Twitter CEO Elon Musk on this Twitter platform. There's Edward Snowden there. Musk poll asking his nearly 120 million followers on the platform that resulted in 331 million votes, and over 80.5% of those who voted said WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, along with Snowden, should be pardoned. You wouldn't ask Obama that. See what he says. He'd be like, no. Because Obama's mad because he told him all of what he was doing. He exposed him. He's pissed off. Obama was doing some bad stuff, man. And Snowden said on the poll that this is a very big number, which it is. Quite a big number. When you're looking at 331 million votes and 80.5% out of that, that's every bit of 2.5, 2.6 million. I mean, the who didn't want him, that's what I want to know. Who didn't want him pardoned? I want to know those people. What's up with those? But Musk said that he was not expressing an opinion when he ran the poll over the weekend. Snowden said earlier that he and Assange were charged under a law that was aimed at the prevention of fair trials. According to a prior report, both men are wanted by authorities in the United States for leaking classified information. The former National Security Agency contractor is now a Russian citizen and a fugitive from the U.S. law enforcement. Assange is awaiting extradition to the U.S. and the United Kingdom. And we all know so the United Kingdom was doing everything they could in their powers to help protect Julian Assange, because they know that they don't want anything good for these people. They don't want them to have a fair trial, and they really probably don't want them to be around, because there's other stuff that these people know that they haven't talked about yet. So there's a lot of information that's still to come out if they can get the right microphone. And a huge legal win. I've been watching this kind of play out a little bit when I read through the articles of Gateway Pundit, and they are a credible news organizations. They are. Everybody's made mistakes and reported something wrong. I mean, if you don't believe me, just watch CNN. Simple as that. It's not even hard to. You don't even have to really work hard to find a comparison as to improperly reported news or being wrong. Hey, CNN, that's what they do when they get up in the morning. They have a donkey that they pin the tail on, but they're like, they never going to do that. They miss every time. But this legal win is pretty significant because it will really help to give credibility to the people who say that they're not credible, because they said that some of the journalists there didn't get something right, so they wouldn't give them press passes, especially in Arizona. It's a little late now. We needed them in earlier, but better late than never. There's an injunction that has taken place, and as a result, we reported that TGP and Conradson, they're of the lawsuit that's suing Maricopa County Board of Supervisors recorder Stephen Ricker. That's the dude I know my hair falling out too, but man, dude, Stephen Richard be trying to just shave it off, man. I've done some videos where you see him and it's just not good. Not good. But anyhow, Maricopa County Elections Director Ray Valenzuela. Okay, Ray Valenzuela and Scott Jarrett, and County Commissioners Officers Megan Gilbertson and Marcus Milam in federal court in Arizona on November 14th. As a part of the suit, this is who they all got sued, by the way. As a part of the suit, TGP Conradson made a special request for a temporary restraining order pending the outcome of the lawsuit. This would have immediately forced the county to grant TGP and Conradson a press pass. So, man, it's just rough to get a fair a trial. It's just, man, my goodness. As far as imagine in Arizona with Carrie Lake, what she's trying to go through down there and find fair justice. So in court's order, the Ninth District Court of Appeals found that TGP and Conradson established that were likely to suffer irreparable harm, loss of priceless First Amendment rights, and were likely to ultimately succeed on the merits of their first as applied First Amendment challenge to the county's denial of press pass. So we'll see. There's still ongoing case there, but they're fighting it hard in court. You can donate to these people if you get on their website. There's money you can send to them. I know it's hard. Did a live Thursday with Matt, and I got a super chat. I got three of them, I think. Man, that was pretty crazy. I remember Bear Ashby. Bear Ashby was my first super chat. Yep. I'll never forget that. Memorable moments. Anyways, let me go to this right here. Let me see here. I'm just reading some of this stuff because, man, there's been news popping up. Oh, look at that. WWE Barry Windham, 62 years old, suffers massive heart attack and has passed away. I think. Or wait a minute. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, he's still alive. That's just popped up. Massive heart attack. He's a 62-year-old wrestling legend. It's very cold in here still, guys. I had the heater on the other side, but I'm leaving out of here today, so kerosene is expensive and it's hard to get. And all the gas stations, nobody carries it anymore. You go to every gas station. You could find kerosene everywhere, but now you got to go to one gas station in the whole darn county. But I can't say exactly what would be the cause of that. I won't even call that exactly the whole sauce. It could be. He could be lumped in there with him, but wrestlers took a pretty big toll far as on their body. With a lot of them were doing steroids and all kind of stuff. So anyhow, I'm get the gateway pun here. We'll read through a couple of these. See if anything's popped up while I was doing this before I leave out of here today. That was that legal win right here. Check this out. Let's see. Democrat darling and con man Michael Avenatti gets 14 years in prison for embezzling millions. Wow. I wonder what's going to happen to FTX. Here's Carrie Jean Perry. I'll try to keep this short because I know everybody's trying to get home, and I really do appreciate all the people that's watching these videos and all the support I get. This channel's really shadow banned pretty bad because it's fine. I don't get very many views. I know that I've had some strikes and we've been demonetized once, and so a lot of times when that happens, it's really, really, really hard to get out of that hole. Hey, we're working hard. We're going to keep putting these videos out and keep doing it. But let's see what Carrie Jean.
The president, he didn't end up going to Georgia during the campaign for Raphael Warnock. He hasn't been during the runoff election. Why is that?
So look, I need to be careful. The Hatch Act. This is an ongoing, as you know, election with this particular what we're.
I know that I say a lot because I'm not a trained speaker. I'm an auto technician in a garage, but I do make sure that I try my best to recognize that I do say and limit it because it could be worse. However, this person right here went to college, went to debate school, went to all kind of places that taught you how to speak. And rule number one is you don't sit there and go, you don't do that. That's not how I prefer. Imagine if dang, I'm trying to think here. Should I say yes? See, I'll give you a good example. Whenever there was Hitler, he was a great speaker. That's the thing about it. I'm not saying he was a great dude, but he could speak and he could get the attention of people. And if he started talking to people and started going, Clashin, Cloggin, Squashin, Glugan, he would lose the people. Or anybody with any intelligence would turn around and go, what's this guy talking about? Not right. Because when you say and all this stuff, like I say, I know I'm a victim of doing it myself, but I'm just an auto technician in this garage, and we're going to work on that. We're going to outdo the trained professionals at the White House, which should be no problem at all because of diversity hires anyways. But I'm going to do my best not to say that. But her, on the other hand, every other word that comes out of her mouth is and then she gets mad and starts waving her finger around and telling somebody that's next to the other person to just go ahead. Just go ahead. And so the phone has started to ring now. It's after 5 o'clock. Anyhow, so here's Carrie Jean.
We're seeing the runoff in Georgia, so I want to be really careful here. But I have said many times before at this podium that the president will do anything that he can do for Senator Warnock to be helpful to him. As you all have seen on the president's schedule recently, he's done a high volume of fundraising, attended several political events, including phone banks and unions and with unions and much more.
Oh, and I should have probably said this to begin with. They're talking about why didn't Biden help Warnock? Why didn't he get in there and campaign for him? For one thing, Warnock didn't want him to be there. Probably. And I'm sure Biden didn't offer. I'm pretty sure that if he did, Warnock would have been like, whoa, dude, I got, I'm driving the truck and I've already got 3 people going. You know how it is in the truck. It's pretty tight in there, you know. You can get 3 people, but that's about it. So, you know, that's really what was being asked by the press was why isn't Biden out there doing some of that heavy lifting? We all know why. Matter of fact, he even got clowned by Obama. Sure did. Called him old Uncle Joe. I've talked about that in the other video, though. Everybody's seen that. And Nike's officially drops Kyrie Irving over promotion of anti-Semitic movie, and basically Kyrie Irving just decided not to fold to the left. The left will run out of people to cancel. They'll have to ask some of these people to come back. They already tried to do away with Twitter, and they came back. So just stick it out, guys. Fort Lauderdale Mayor Dean Trantalis deflects from he's even got a name that has something to do with that. Trantalis deflects from sexualization of school curriculums, blames parents for not preparing their kids for school. I don't know. Did I read this? Or am I reading into this wrong? What is it? Is he for this or against it? Let's clarify this, guys, because I could be me and the from the sign and the way the dude looks. I'm just going to read it by the book, the cover of the book for a second. Let's see how badly. Am I wrong about this? Trantalis. A Protect the Children rally was held in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday. Features speakers included conservative Ant and Jordan Toast of Gays Against Groomers. See, this is a totally well-rounded. Everybody doesn't like what's going on with this agenda. Even the Democrats, the gays, and everybody are like, okay, this is getting weird, guys. But Elon Gerberg of Florida, Fathers of Freedom, and Eula Jimenez from Moms of Liberty in Miami, all these put together, and this attendee told Trantalis, that's my decision as a parent. That's your. So we're talking about allowing this to go on. And the response, Trantalis said, it's not because of the teaching of sexual orientation, it's because the parents aren't preparing their kids for school. Don't blame the LGBT community. So yes, okay, nobody is going to prepare their kids. No, parents don't groom children, their own kids. I mean, they don't do that.
This point. I don't.
Oh, by the way,
that's my decision as a parent.
My question
is this. Maybe you should talk about
that. Is your prerogative.
Yes.
Hold on.
For your children.
That's correct.
But I don't drop off my kid at school to learn that. I teach them. I drop them out there to learn reading, writing, and math. And guess what? Less than 40% of those kids can do that professionally for their grade in your schools.
It's not because
they're not focused on it. They're focused on all the.
Why is it targeting children? Why are you talking?
So this guy doesn't even have kids, probably, maybe. I don't know. But if he did, he wouldn't be doing things like this. But so we read the book right. That dude is all for pumping that stuff in school. And I'm a big advocate of not liking that. So that pretty much is where we're at. And so that covers a lot of what's going on. There's a lot going on with January 6th, folks, right now. Dude, man, just had a kangaroo court hearing, and it was just terrible. And Mitch McConnell joins Pelosi and Schumer to agree that passed the JCPA media cartel bailout that allows censorship of conservative media. There you go, turtle. And I guess that pretty much. We'll slide out of here. Oh, I can't show that. YouTube will not do that. But there's some weird stuff. Military horses are mysteriously dying. Don't understand that. I read the article a little bit, and it's just not. There's no known cause of death. Are they Are they doing that to the horses? You know what I'm talking about? I almost said it. They do say that could be zootonic. Zootonic. Am I saying that right? And so that's why China was doing that to all the zoo animals. They were jabbing them up. And yep. So we're going to call it a day and get out of here and I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. And I really thank all the wonderful new subscribers. I watched the sub list go up a little bit on this shadow banned channel, so that's really cool. Breaking through. And we're just going to see what happens, guys. I'm like I say, sad about what happened with Trump and the special master. I don't know. I really would. You know what would be neat is if that Nassar Jassar stuff was actually true or accurate, and there was what they were talking about. I don't know if anyone has seen any of that, but they say that Trump's actually something with this. I can't say what it is because YouTube will give me a big strike for spreading misinformation. But I don't think that to be the case. I think we're kind of out here on our own, guys. But we're going to be okay. We're in a plan, and maybe we're still in the same galaxy we're supposed to be in. I hope. You know what I'm talking about? If anybody's seen my community post, I'm a little concerned about what CERN's been up to. Anyhow, either way it looks at, we're here, and like we tell the left, we're not stuck in there with you. You're stuck in here with us. They don't realize that. You can put us in all the boxes you want to. You're still going to be stuck in here with us. And that's what it is. They're going to get over that. And so just keep up the faith, and please know that this will get better. And I think there are a lot better times to come. Every day, more people are talking like we are. Just the fact, not mean like we are, like as in, hey, Bo, and all that. I'm talking about ideology-wise. They're starting to understand that something's not right. And it isn't left, it isn't right. It's not anything to do with that. They're just like saying, hey, I think life should be a little bit different. We should do things a little differently. And it has nothing to do with political ideology. It's just what's right and what's wrong. And that's actually something that really scares the something, whatever it is that's doing this mess. I can't say left or right. But when they see people starting to wake up and realize what's going on, that you're going to see weird stuff to take place. You're going to see like people like Kanye West do weird stuff. You're going to see all these, lizard people come in all forms. Doesn't mean and it does not mean that they've got it figured out how to be completely human. They're still learning. lizards are probably running off of a weird ancient AI like black goo or something like that. Look it up, guys. It's true. Anyways, like I say, I'll get out of here before we get too far into the Rumbles area again. And I just want to thank you guys again. Lots of love. God has a plan. We're in it. And God will help you if you help yourself. He'll help you either which way, but he really likes, he shines light on people who stand up when they're being held down and being persecuted and facing that. And first of all, not bending their will, not changing their position as far as like how they want us to perceive God in spirit and how our life came to be. That we don't bend to that. We don't change that because they want us to take everything that we know is a godly gift that was given to us and turn that all around into where we just a whole pile of nothing. We're just here for a few years and we're gone. There's nothing else to our existence. No more, no less. Guys, I'm no fool. They're not going to make me think that life is very, very precious. Life is very, very important. The fact that we are here doing this, what we're doing right now, is very, very... Just think about it, guys. Walking and talking humans. We're cyborgs. We got brains and electrical signals. We're already there. They just want to take over us. Guys, I'm out.